In this video, we're walking through one of the newest model homes built by Toll Brothers in one of the most popular communities in the Austin, Texas metro area. The community name is Travisso, and you'll see why it's so popular when I get to the backyard. Focusing in on the plan, we are walking the Haywick plan built by Toll Brothers Homes, and it's over 4,500 square feet. It has 4 bedrooms, 4.5 bathrooms, and a 3-car garage. Now, I think you'll see right away why Toll Brothers picked this plan to be one of their newest model homes. And it's because how open concept this plan is when you first walk in the front door, and you'll see how open it is when we get to this main living kitchen area, which we're going to walk right out to. Now, if you've been to my channel before, you might have noticed the person in the reflection of the front door was not me. That is my videographer, Marc, who I just brought onto my team. And I'm so excited because with Marc's videography skills, I can promise you we're going to capture these homes in a beautiful way to give you the best visual possible. Now, I still walk these homes with Marc, but he's got the ability to get great shots in like you saw in that introduction, as well as you see here in the living room that's open to the second story with that beautiful fireplace tile and the sliding glass doors on the back wall. Now, we'll get back to that living room, but I want to start in the kitchen. And real quick, my name is Raj Sahu. I'm a realtor in Austin, Texas, and I've represented buyers with 19 different builders, including Toll Brothers. And so I love walking through these plans, understanding how builders are updating these plans, especially in their new models. I think it's one of the updates. Notice all the cabinets that go all the way down, even right of the fridge. It makes that kitchen area look so much bigger. And I'm going to give you multiple views of that. First, we're going to go over to the stovetop and show you that they put the countertops all the way up into the kitchen backsplash that run under a KitchenAid hood, and that same countertop goes all the way up to the ceiling. Now, even though that comes with quite the price tag, I think it's such a good look, especially when you can find a countertop that you fall in love with, like this one that has amazing veins running through it. Now, they have an apron sink, like the gold faucet that match up with the pendant lights above this kitchen island. And this just gives you an amazing view of what's possible here, which we are backing up to a bit of a view, and we will head back there so you'll see that in closer detail. Now, I missed earlier, we have two-tone cabinets, so white cabinets on the bottom, these brown cabinets at the top, like a light brown color. There's probably a cooler name for that, but every builder has these different names, different colors, so I never memorized them, but I do know if you have a model home that you really like a certain material object in there, a cabinet, a countertop, call it out to your designer, just mention the model home name, like we're in the Haywick plan, and then you can they can usually pull it up at the design studio. Now, that was a look at the pantry. I have no idea why that glass door was closed, but I think we're still able to get you a good visual of that. Now, this is the part that I love. I've seen other builders where they extend the cabinets down. That makes that kitchen feel massive, like I was mentioning earlier. It also makes this space feel special, like it's its own area, the dining space. And I love this casual dining area simply because of how tucked away it is in the back, and it has this bench. Now, this bench gives so much space behind me where it makes this room or this separate area, the breakfast nook area, feel bigger. That's why when I was meeting with Marc, I told him, let's take a seat here because I love this visual just looking at the kitchen with those upper cabinets with the glass insert. And on the other side of this table, you'd be looking outside to this amazing view, which again, we will get out there in a few minutes. What I want to head to next is the primary bedroom and bathroom because I love the upgrades in here. I have so many buyers when they close in their home, there's just an empty room with nothing in it. And I have to send them pictures of these various models to give them inspiration to make them realize there's so much that you can do just in your bedroom. For example, here we have some paneling that was done right behind the bed. So that's a very cool wall accent. And then in the ceiling, we have tray ceilings with beams running across them, and then great windows bringing in natural light to light up all this great design work. Now, I love that light fixture, and I love how they just matched it in the primary bathroom where we're gonna head next. Now, I know somebody's gonna ask in the comments, so I'll take care of it right now. There are doors usually on this bathroom, but being that it's a model home and there are a lot of people traveling through these model homes, especially in this community of Travisso, they sometimes just leave doors out, but they'll put them in when eventually somebody moves into this home. Now in this bathroom, I love 3 different parts of it. The first is the color combination. It's so simple. It's a white and black look with some gold hardware. I shouldn't call that gold. I think that might be one of their bronze collections, but obviously double check that with the designer like I mentioned earlier. But I love this color combination. I think it's simple. I think it pops. And I love the second part to this, the freestanding tub. Now, what this tub does is a couple things. First, I really think it's the focal point of this bathroom. I think it just separates the vanities on either side, and then that allows for a light fixture going right over top of that bathtub to make it just feel so much more grand. Now, Toll Brothers always has pretty good windows. You see that here in the bathroom, which, by the way, you could always get rain glass put on there to give you privacy. And then the third part of this bathroom that I love is the tile work. Notice how this tile has that white and black look that we were talking about, has a ton of movement in it. They match the countertop on the shower seat in this walk-in shower. And then you'll notice the floor tile in the rest of the bathroom is pretty much the tile that we're seeing in this bathroom, just cut up in a smaller piece. Now, I mentioned there were 3 different parts of this bathroom I like, but it's really the fourth part is the walk-in shower. I love how it's open to the rest of the bathroom. So you're showering, but it still feels like you're in this very large room. Now, this is going to be the primary closet. And while we're in here, I'll show you that there is a frame for a door there that does go to the utility room. So that's there so you don't have to lug your laundry through your home. You can just run right into the utility room there for any laundry. And while we're in here, I do want to mention that I was in this model home recently, and I was with buyers that were from California. Don't judge them. They're great people. And actually had 2 buyers in this past month from California. And one of them was telling me that they live in a home that is a $1 million plus home in California. And in their primary bathroom, they're in a bathtub. It's just a bathtub with a shower curtain. Now, obviously not passing judgment, it's fine, but at a $1 million plus range, you would expect to have a lot more. And they went into this bathroom, and I told them, nobody's living here, it's not weird, you can go into the walk-in shower, experience it, just don't take off any clothes, because that would be weird. And they went in, and the husband immediately said, oh, this is why so many people are moving here. You can get this for over $1 million, and you can't even get anything close to that where they live. Now, before anybody gets triggered by me talking about people moving from California to Texas, let me distract you in this living room. And it's easy to get distracted here because of the design upgrades that they chose and how well this plan flows in the living room. So first off, we keep going back to this fireplace because I love this design work. I love when you enter a room from the front door, and on the right side, you get this beautiful tile work that it's easy to just, your eyes go all the way up to the ceiling. And then on the opposite side, you have that beautiful kitchen with all the upgrades that they did there. And that combination makes you look all around this main living area. And then your eyes go right out through those sliding glass doors to the view that's here on this lot. So that combination of design upgrades and views is powerful. And that's also there in the game room loft area that we'll get to later on in the video. And I can't wait for you to see the media room up there and the space that's even there on the second floor. Now, what I want to get to next is something that I've continued to talk about, and that is the outdoor patio area. This is amazing, and I think it starts with the ceiling height. Now, I usually don't give dimensions because these can change over time, but I'll tell you the website on Toll Brothers at the time I'm posting this video is saying that these are 18-foot tall ceilings. Definitely double check that if you're close to buying this plan, but I love the tall ceilings. It just feels so grand when you come out here, and I think if you're going to move to Texas, you're probably coming here to spend time outdoors. Maybe not during the summer, but through the majority of the months of the year, you can spend a lot of great time out here. And even in their current plan online, I'm seeing an option to extend this patio. Now, usually the patio would stop right before these steps, but there is an option that they're currently offering that would extend it. And then everything else that you're seeing here, like this dining table, this tile that's out here, the turf, it's all extra. Okay, so don't think that most builders will do this. Usually they're just showing this in a model home to show you can do this with a company aftermarket, including that pergola that's going over top of the grill with a seating area. This is so cool. You don't want most builders doing this for you because if they do offer it, they'll probably charge you an arm and a leg. But there's a lot of big companies in Texas that do these outdoor kitchens and pool areas and so much cool stuff because, again, people move here to spend time outdoors. Now, for this specific area, as you saw when we were getting out to the patio, we have incredible views. You can even see it here off the grill, even though they have some greenery here to give this homeowner privacy. But we are in the hills of Leander, Texas, which is a suburb along the northwest corridor of Austin. Now, once upon a time, Leander and this community that we're in, Travisso, was so far out, there was very little interest of people moving here. But what happened through the pandemic is two things. We had more work from home. I think still we have a good hybrid model for most tech workers. And I know somebody's going to debate that in the comments and say it's calmed down. I agree with you. It has calmed down. But what hasn't calmed down is growth in this area. If you look up massive developments in the Leander and a neighboring suburb, Cedar Park, there is still tons of growth opportunities. And I'll detail some of that in the description of this video. What I'll also detail later in this video are going to be lots in this beautiful community of Travisso. Travisso is known for its views. You're kind of seeing that off your left shoulder here. Not kind of, that's a beautiful view. You got a hillside in the back, but there's a lot that I'll show you later on in the video that I'm standing in that's just dirt, waiting for somebody to build a home like this on it. And it's incredible. And there are so many lots like that, especially in their new section that's opening up here in the back of the neighborhood. Now, I want to focus in on the plan that we're walking, but again, later on in the video, you'll see what I mean by the beautiful lots that are here in Travisso. Now, getting back to the middle part of the home, here we have a mud bench, and that's because that door on the left side there would go to a 3-car garage. And that's why they have the utility room in this area. Perfect room to have washer and dryer. They also have some great built-in cabinets and a sink in here. And one thing to keep in mind, there are lots of upgrades in this model home. Builders tend to do that in model homes to showcase what's possible with them, but I would not use this as a good average of what most homeowners do. This is definitely well above average from what I'm seeing. Now, if you don't have any idea what I'm talking about, when you build with any production home builder for the most part, and you're building from scratch, meaning you pick a lot and then you build one of their plans on it, they start off with a base price, but what that base price doesn't include is a lot premium. And in communities like this that have beautiful views, the lot premiums can definitely vary quite a bit. And then there are different upgrades that you can do. You can do design upgrades and you can do structural upgrades. Now, structural upgrades would be kind of like, they don't have it in this model home, but upstairs you can add a 5th bedroom and another bathroom on this plan. Now, I don't believe they have that upstairs, and we'll see that, but that is an option that Toll Brothers is currently offering for this Haywick plan at the time I'm recording this video. I keep saying at the time of recording because these things do change over time, so you should definitely double check it like I keep mentioning. But what's great about this plan is they're starting to include things that normally would be upgrades with some other builders, like exactly what we're showing here, which is a 2nd bedroom downstairs. Now, there are definitely other plans, especially with other builders, where you have to take the 3rd-car garage tandem space and turn it into this 2nd bedroom and full bathroom that we're in. And the problem with doing that is you end up with a home that's over 4,000 square feet, but it's only a 2-car garage. And then you have to try to find a lot that's wide enough to add a 3rd-car garage bay. Now, look, I have had clients do that. I actually have a client under contract, 2 clients under contract down the street from this home. And that's exactly what they did, but there are only a couple of lots out of 25 that they could do that on. So sometimes it limits you. Fortunately, both of my clients, it worked out for them, and they both got great views. But that's not always the case. And my point in sharing that with you is it's great that this plan, as the current standard, includes these different structural upgrades, so you don't have to add all these things to the base price. You just already have it. So currently, Toll Brothers is offering this plan with the study at the front of the home, as you're seeing here, with tall ceilings, great windows off the front of the home. You saw that 2nd bedroom downstairs. We already have a primary bedroom downstairs. And then we still get a 3-car garage. And that's the key. You're getting all these things that a forever home buyer really wants. Now, one thing I want to mention while we're in here is the front of your home, the windows can change when you pick a different elevation. Elevation just means the exterior aesthetic. So it kind of shows where the stone would be, or brick, or stucco, or whatever they're offering in a community. And then when you build from scratch, you can usually pick from various colors or various bricks or stones, depending on what's on that exterior. I can tell you right now, if you drive around Travisso, what's really popular here is that Mediterranean white stucco look. It's very popular in this community. Moving on, we are going to take a look at the powder bathroom, which is located right off of the living room. I love the upgrades that they chose here, where they just made the entire wall this backsplash. Not something that we usually see, but I think it's a very cool idea to make this space very fun. I have a lot of buyers, actually I have a couple buyers that did this tile in their spare bathrooms, just to give it an added touch, make each bathroom feel unique. And then I have a lot of buyers that do a very fun tile that tends to have a lot of movement in it. Obviously for this bathroom that we're in, they just extended the flooring in here, which I think is fine, but you can always have some fun here in the powder bath. Okay, moving forward, we're gonna head upstairs. I can't wait for you to see this game room, media room combination. And while we head up there, I wanna tell you something about price. So for these model homes, they do come with a base price of the home, but like I mentioned earlier, you still have to add lot premium and upgrades. And that continues to change over time. So what I'll do is I'll put the base price of the home in the description of this video, but if you want home tours of homes that are for sale at certain price points, click on the link that's close to the top of the description of this video. It's basically my full name, rajsahu.com/buy, and that will show you categories of homes based around price points, and everything on that website is either for sale or was for sale recently. Moving forward, this is a good look at that game room loft area. I love how they kept it open to the living room. Like when we saw earlier in the video, when we're down there by the fireplace, when you look up, you just can't help but look up at those beams that are in this game room loft area. And I think being in the game room loft, everything just feels so large because of all that room in the living room that we're open to, as well as the front entrance, which I'll give you a look at later on in the video. Here in the media room, I love this addition. With most builders and with Toll Brothers in past collections, maybe a couple years ago, usually the media room would be an option. It's because they didn't really know how many people would actually want this type of square footage added on their second floor. And I can tell you, majority of people were picking this option because the price per square foot was fairly reasonable to add this square footage. Most of the time, this should just be dead space in the home. And so it's not that much for a builder to just obviously put some drywall in here. So now I really like that Toll Brothers currently, at the time I'm posting this video, is just including this media room. And it's because so many people know that their game room area is going to end up as a play area, especially if you have kids, or like they were showing there, you could do ping pong there, and then you could have a separate hangout area. And that's nice because that living room, when it's so open, if that's your hangout area, you want to watch ball games there, you can sometimes hear that throughout the home. And for most people, it looks grandiose. They love that open concept feel until they're actually living in the home and they want that separate hangout area. And that's where media rooms are so crucial to have for livability, because obviously in most cases they'll have doors on that media room. Again, this is a model home that just doesn't have doors in most areas, but you can enclose that room. It doesn't have windows on purpose. It's made for that media room theater experience, or watching games, hanging out, but enclosing that area. And here's going to be one of the bedrooms that is upstairs. And while we're in this bedroom that is showing an in-suite full bathroom, I did want to mention is, if you recall, we were looking at the media room, and one of the options that I'm looking at on my computer is currently Toll Brothers is offering an additional bedroom and full bathroom on the second floor. Now, here's the thing. That bathroom does take some of the space out of the media room, and then there's additional square footage added for the bedroom based on what I'm seeing on their website right now. So I think if you were comfortable having that media room maybe a little bit smaller, you really valued having a 5-bedroom home, then that's a great option. I've even had a lot of buyers tell me that, they don't need 5 bedrooms, but they need a second study. And then that means you need 5 bedrooms, right? Because sometimes 4 bedrooms can get cramped. You need all 4 bedrooms to be actually 4 bedrooms. But a 5-bedroom home, sometimes it can be crucial to have that second study, especially if you have 2 people working from home. And I run into that more than you would think, where people tell me their biggest pain point right now is both spouses working from home, and they feel like they're on top of each other and want to, rip each other's heads off, although they don't really say it like that, but it sounds like that could be the case sometimes. So always good to not feel like you're stepping on each other's toes and have that extra space. Speaking of extra space, this is a good sized bedroom. Like I say in a lot of my videos, I don't want to give dimensions. They really do change that over time. So I don't want to give too much in terms of every dimension of every home. But usually in most Toll Brothers communities, they provide the dimensions of their floor plan on their website. They also show various structural upgrades, but I've mostly covered all of them. I missed 2 on the first floor. So while we go through this full bathroom that's accessible from the hallway, I'll mention those 2. I like this one. They have an alternative kitchen island. It just makes the kitchen island wider. And I love that option because I can't tell you how many buyers where they walk through this home and they want this big, gigantic island. And when they walk into these amazing homes that are very open concept and it's missing that island, it is such a disappointment because it's not something you want to do aftermarket, ripping out countertops, trying to extend a cabinet, or doing an overhang on the countertop and hoping that it doesn't damage the cabinet after the fact. Not easy to do that. So I love that they offer that option currently. Again, it could change over time. The sliding glass doors right down there that we're seeing are currently included, and then they have an option for sliding glass doors around the side where that casual dining area was. And then I had to show this one more time because I featured it right in the beginning of the video because I love these light fixtures. I think they're so epic and just add to the grand entrance in this plan. Now, I said it before, I'll say it again. If you love this plan, you like the idea of having views off your backyard, well then check out this. Now, I want to hear from you in the comments. What did you think about the Haywick plan with Toll Brothers Homes? Now, if you want the price of that home or more information about lots or even visuals like this of the views that are possible here in Travisso, click on the link in the pinned comment of this video. And if you can't get enough of these model home tours, click on the thumbnail on the right side of your screen. And if you want to see a Toll Brothers home for sale, click on the thumbnail on the left side of your screen. As always, hope this helps. Take care, everyone.